Hello everyone, we are going to continue with part 3 of the Jungle Book. When he was not learning, he sat out in the sun and slept, and ate and went to sleep again. When he felt dirty or hot, he swam in the forest pools, and when he wanted honey, Baloo told him that honey and nuts were just as pleasant to eat as raw meat. He climbed up for it, and that Bagheera showed him how to do. We are talking about Mowgli. Bagheera would lie out on branch and call, "Come along, little brother." And at first, Mowgli would cling like a sloth, but afterwards, he would fling himself through the branches almost as boldly as the grey ape. He took his place at the council rock too. When the pack met there, he discovered that if he started hard at any wolf, the wolf would be forced to drop his eyes, and so he used to stare for fun. At other times, he would pick the long thorns out of the pads of his friends, for wolves suffer terribly from the thorns and burrs in their coat. He would go down the hillside into the cultivated lands by night and look very curiously at the villagers in their huts. But he had a mistrust of the men because Bagheera showed him a square box with a drop gate so cunningly hidden in the jungle that he nearly walked into it and told him that it was a trap. He loved better than anything else to go with Bagheera into the dark, warm heart of the forest to sleep all through the drowsy day, and at night, see how Bagheera did his killing. Bagheera killed right and left as he felt hungry, and so did Mowgli. With one exception, as soon as he was old enough to understand things, Bagheera told him that he must never touch cattle because he had been bought into the pack at the price of a bull's life. "All the jungle is yours," said Bagheera, "and you can kill everything that you are strong enough to kill. But for the sake of the bull that bought you, you must never kill or eat any cattle, young or old." That is the law of jungle. Mowgli obeyed faithfully. And he grew and grew strong as a boy must grow, who does not know that he is learning any lessons and who has nothing in the world to think of except things to eat. Mother Wolf told him once or twice that Shere Khan was not a creature to be trusted and that someday he must kill Shere Khan. But though a young wolf would have remembered that advice every hour, Mowgli forget it because he was only a boy, though he would have called himself a wolf if he had been able to speak in any human tongue. Shere Khan was always crossing his path in the jungle. For as Akela grew older and feebler, the lame tiger had come to be great friends with the younger wolves of the pack, who followed him for scrapes, a thing Akela would never have allowed if he had dared to push his authority to the proper bounds. Then Shere Khan would flatter them and wonder what such fine young hunters were content to be led by a dying wolf and a man's cub. "They tell me," Shere Khan would say, "that at council ye dare not look him between the eyes." And the young wolves would growl and bristle. Bagheera, who had eyes and ears everywhere, knew something of this, and once or twice he told Mowgli in so many words that Shere Khan would kill him someday. Mowgli would laugh and answer, I have the pack, and I have you and Baloo. Though he's so lazy, might strike a blow or two for my sake. Why should I be afraid? It was one very warm day that a new notion came to Bagheera, born of something that he had heard. Perhaps Ikki, the porcupine, had told him, but he said to Mowgli, when they were deep in the jungle, as a boy lay with his head on Bagheera's beautiful black skin, "Little brother, how often have I told you that Shere Khan is your enemy? As many times as there are nuts on that palm," said Mowgli, who naturally could not count. "What of it? I'm sleepy." Bagheera and Shere Khan is all long tail and loud talk, like Mao, the peacock. But this is no time for sleeping. Baloo knows it. I know it. The pack know it. And even the foolish deer know. Tabaki has told you too. Ho ho ho, said Mowgli. Tabaki came to me not long ago with some rude talk that I was a naked man's cub, not fit to dig pig's nuts. But I caught Tabaki by the tail and swung him twice against a palm tree to teach him better manners. That was foolishness, for though Tabaki is a mischief maker, he would have told you of something that concerned you closely. Open those eyes. Little brother, Shere Khan dare not kill you in the jungle, but remember, Akela is very old and soon the day will come when he cannot kill his buck, and then he will be leader no more. Many of the wolves that looked you over when you were brought to the council first are old too, and the young wolves believe, as Shere Khan has taught them, that a man cubs has no place with the pack. In a little time, you will be a man. And that is a man that he should not run with his brother, said Mowgli. I was born in the jungle. I have obeyed the laws of the jungle, and there is no wolf of ours from whose paws I have not pulled a thorn. Surely they are my brothers. Bagheera stretched himself at full length and half shut his eyes. Little brother, said he, feel under my jaw. Mowgli put up his strong brown hand, and just under Bagheera's silky chin, where the giant rolling muscles were all hid by the glossy hair, he came upon a little bald spot. There is no one in the jungle that knows that I, Bagheera, carry that mark, the mark of the collar, and yet, little brother, I was born among men, and I was among men that my mother died in the cages of the king's palace of Udaipur. It was because of this that I paid the price for you at the council when you were a little naked cub. Yes, I too was born among men. I had never seen the jungle. They fed me behind bars from an iron pan, till one night I felt that I was Bagheera, the panther, and no man's plaything, and I broke the silly lock with one blow of my paw and came away. And Because I had learned the ways of men, I became more terrible in the jungle than Sher Khan. Is it not so? Yes, said Mowgli. All the jungle fear Bagheera, all except Mowgli. Oh, you are man's cub, said Black Panther very tenderly. And even as I return to my jungle, so you must go back to men's at last. To the men who are your brothers, if you are not killed in the council. But why? But why? But why should any wish to kill me? Said Mowgli. Look at me, said Bagheera. And Mowgli looked at him steadily because between the eyes. The big panther turned his head away in half a minute. That is why, he said, shifting his paw on the leaves. Not even I can look you between the eyes, and I was born among men, and I love you, little brother. The others, they hate you because their eyes cannot meet yours, because you are wise, because you have pulled out thorns from their feet, because you are a man. I did not know these things, said Mowgli sullenly, and he frowned under his heavy black eyebrows. What is the law of jungle? Strike first and then give tongue. By your very carelessness, they know that you are a man, but be wise. It is in my heart that when Akela misses his next kill, and at each hunt, it cost him more to pin the buck, and the pack will turn against him and against you. They will hold a jungle council at the rock, and then, I have it, said Bagheera, leaping up. Go down quickly to the men's hut in the valley and take some of the red flower which they grow there, so that when the time comes, you may have even a stronger friend than I or Baloo or those of the pack that love you. Get the red flower. By red flower, Bagheera meant fire. Only no creature in the jungle will call fire by its proper name. Every beast lives in deadly fear of it and invents 100 ways of describing it. The red flower, said Mowgli, that grows outside their huts in the twilight. I will get some. There speaks the man's cub, said Bagheera proudly. Remember that it grows in little pots. Get one swiftly and keep it by you for times of need. This is the end of part 3. Stay blessed, and I hope you're enjoying.